everyone, and thank you for joining the Legal Nurse Consultant course informational webinar presented by Center for Legal Studies. We will begin shortly to ensure everyone has enough time to join us. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today's webinar will commence with a presentation by Stephanie Elio, Vice President of Business Development at Center for Legal Studies. Following the presentation, we will allocate approximately 10 minutes for a live Q&A session. During this time, you are encouraged to submit your questions via the Q&A feature. Our enrollment counselors will either respond directly or we will address your questions during the live session. If we are unable to address your question during the webinar, please go ahead and contact us and we'll reach out to you after. Without further ado, I will now hand it over to Stephanie to start today's presentation. Take it away, Stephanie.
Thanks, Deja. I want to welcome all of you. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us here. And we're going to be talking about the Legal Nurse Consultant course. We'll start off with really quick ground rule. As Deja just mentioned, we have the Q&A live in the chat function available during the entire presentation. So if you have questions, it's highly likely I'm going to answer those for you during the presentation, but feel free to post them in there. We've got enrollment counselors in the background that are going to answer anything you ask, as long as it's kind and it's relevant to this presentation. The Center for Legal Studies, we're going to talk about who we actually are, the 100% online learning and how that's delivered, what it kind of looks like from a student perspective. We'll talk about career paths and the enrollment process. In the career path portion, we'll talk about what types of industries may employ LNCs, what the earning potential is, what credentials you earn, etc. And then as far as the enrollment process, we'll talk about the books needed and where you can actually complete your registration if you haven't done so already. So let's go ahead and dive right in. CLS, also known as the Center for Legal Studies, is part of Barbary Global. Barbary is the world leader in legal education, distance learning, training, certification. The thing about Barbary is we are a niche education provider. We do legal and we do it really, really well. We have some of the most, as far as training legal support staff, which is what Centers for Legal Study does, it's affordable, it's flexible, it's credible. We have been doing this for 44 years. The instructors all work for us and they are experienced professionals. They're still currently working in the field. They've got years of not only practical experience, but they're still currently doing it. So they're up to pace and very renowned professionals in their field. We have additional courses beyond the Legal Nurse Consultant Training Program that you're here to learn about today. CLS is probably most known for the paralegal certificate that we offer. We have an advanced program for students to go beyond that core training and really specialize in very specific topics of the law, like victim advocacy, criminal law, business law, education law, estate planning, things like that. We have advanced legal research and writing, alternative dispute resolution, legal investigation, legal secretary, an entire catalog of programs that are all designed to help train legal support staff, whether that's going to be your primary career or something that you're looking to do on the side. We encourage you to check out that catalog on our website at legalstudies.com. This program is delivered in our 100% online learning system. We use a system called Moodle. If you've ever done an online class before, it's similar to Canvas, things like that. And Moodle is very popular in college and universities for their online delivery. It's really very easy to use. It's an interactive platform for students that are enrolled in this program. You actually have 24/7 access to the portal. There are some video and printed tutorials available within the classroom, and it is an asynchronous virtual classroom. So that means you've got the 24/7 access. You've got a dedicated instructor that is assigned to teach your course, but they're not going to be available 24/7 because, again, like many of you, they've got real jobs that they're doing. So there are communication tools within the system that you can email. Instructors let students know when they have regular office hours, not unlike any professor at any college that you've ever been to before. We do provide at CLS for all of our enrolled students ongoing administrative and technical support. And at this phase, before you enroll, we've got an enrollment counseling team that is positioned to answer questions for you, help you navigate the registration process, and get your books, things like that. Throughout this presentation, we're going to pretty much give you an overview of the entire program, and I'll let you know how to get to the syllabus if you haven't already found that, and a few other little nuggets that you might not have found on our website. But I promise you, everything I say today can also be found on our website. So if you miss anything, you'll not only get a recording of this, but legalstudies.com is a huge resource to anything legal support training that you want to know. The instructor and peer interaction. So I already started to talk about this a little bit. It is that asynchronous. So it's instructor led, but how it works is this course is delivered in a standard 7-week time frame with our standard online delivery. And the instructor will actually post what your written and reading and writing assignments are for each given week. They'll also give you a deadline for those assignments. Typically, they're going to be posted on Monday morning, and your deadline is going to be the next Sunday. So each week, you've got a set of assignments. Now, when you choose to log in and get that information, or when you choose to actually read the assigned readings or do the test or the quiz within that given week, is entirely up to you, because you have that 24/7 access. So they'll post it and it's there. You go get it when you are ready and get it done and turn it in on time. You're good to go. 7 weeks, you're finished with the program. The schedule of this program is really designed to keep you on track. We're coming up on the next session that starts August 19th. Some folks are still on vacation. Some are getting their kids back into school. Lots of things going on. Occasionally we get a question, am I allowed to work ahead? What happens if I get a little bit behind? If you've got something coming up in the next 7 weeks that is going to impact that weekly schedule, communicate with your instructor. Let them know. Make some accommodations. As long as you've got everything done and turned in by the end of the 7 weeks, you should be good to go. Bottom line of this, it truly is designed for busy adult learners, and especially nurses. Out of all of our students at CLS, I would be fair to say that my experience tells me nurses have got the craziest schedules of them all. So we understand the need to be able to access things at different hours and different days of the week. The course grading and the actual time commitment. So on our website, legalstudies.com, there is a syllabus available for every single course we offer, and Legal Nurse Consultant is no exception. If you have not found your way to that yet, on our homepage, on the toolbar that resides on literally every page on our website, you can hover over the About Us tab at the top of the screen on the right-hand side. It'll give you a drop-down box. You want to look for the word syllabi. When you click that, it will take you to a full catalog menu of every course we offer, every format it can be delivered in, and then just find LNC, click online, boom, you're there. The syllabus is an incredibly comprehensive document. It's not only going to give you a summary of the course itself, but it literally lists out every learning objective. We tell you exactly what we're going to teach you before you enroll. This program in the standard online delivery, let's go back to that syllabus for a minute. Not only does it give you the learning objectives, it's going to give you the textbooks needed, which are also on the registration page, but it's going to give you the reading charts. Any program at CLS, there's going to be a ton of reading. That's just a given. You should expect it. The earlier you order your book and get it, the earlier you can start reading. You will be doing a lot of reading. And those charts are available in the syllabus as well. And it talks about this grading policy. So regardless of the course, any course here, CLS is of the belief that when you finish a program of ours, you need to walk out of here with sufficient skills in all learning objectives, not just some. Therefore, there is absolutely zero cumulative grading here. All students are required to have a 70% or better on every single assignment they do. No grading on a curve. We're not merging any together to come up with an average score. So first thing that comes to mind, what happens if I bomb one? If I fail a test, if I, just blank out on a quiz, I get things wrong. It's not the end of your world. We want you to be successful. Therefore, worst case scenario, you did bomb a test or a quiz. You're going to communicate with your instructor. They're going to give you feedback, let you know why you had errors or why you missed something on it. And you'll have an opportunity to go back, restudy, do a course correction there on your skill development, and retake the test, retake the quiz. All good. There are weekly tests. There are online discussion boards that participation is required. The instructor will post a topic for discussion each week. It is part of your grade to participate in that. Once you do submit your comments to whatever the topic is, then you have the ability to see your classmates' responses as well. Now, your one submission is required for each week on each discussion board. However, a lot of students don't stop with just the one required. Sometimes these discussion boards turn into a lively discussion where you might want to participate even more. And by all means, you can certainly do that. You should expect to spend approximately 8 to 12 hours per week towards your coursework. That will include your online time, your reading time. It can vary a little bit. The biggest gauge on time, more or less, really tends to be with reading comprehension. If you are the type of student that can read things on a first run and retain them well and comprehend them well, you're going to be on the lesser end. If you find that you are someone who needs to read things multiple times for better comprehension and retention, then it may take you a little longer. My advice to you is if you find that you are spending 15 plus hours a week on the course, you may be overthinking something. You may have, gone down a rabbit hole in the wrong path and need a little correction there. So if you find you're spending more than 15, definitely reach out to your instructor. Talk about it with them and they'll help put you back on the right path. And we want this to be a very positive, rewarding experience where you walk out with the skills you need. And so they're here to help you. That's why we've got instructors assigned to every course. Next. Now, that 7-week weekly assignment deadlines and start dates, end dates, all of that is good for the traditional format. I also said we understand that nurses' schedules are crazy, for lack of a better word. we started about 2-3 years ago a self-study format for our nurses. With that, you're not on that set. You must start on this day and you will finish on this day, and you have weekly assignments due every week. The self-study format, you have 4 months to complete the program. It's completely self-paced. You could enroll today, start by the end of the day, start by tomorrow morning, or as soon as your book arrives in the mail. And 4 months from the date that we ship out your books is your time frame to complete. You totally work at your own pace. You can go faster, slower, faster only if you have nothing else going on in your life, which I personally don't know people like that, but if you are lucky enough to be one, you could finish it faster than 7 weeks. Otherwise, you might want to anticipate a little longer because life does get in the way sometimes. If you are planning to do the self-study format, note that it's going to require some discipline on your part, and you need to be able to manage your time well. You need to be able to stay on task and manage your own schedule and truly be an independent learner. It still has a dedicated instructor. You still have communication tools. You will still earn the certificate and digital badge upon completion, but you just have the flexibility of not being, having to be on certain days of the calendar. You are in control of that. Same course fee for both currently. I can forewarn you, while you're looking at the testimonials and some of the fabulous things our students say, we're so proud of all of our students. And we've got, feedback coming in all the time. Upon the conclusion of any course here at CLS, students always fill out an eval. And, we take turns picking and choosing which comments do we want to share out with the world. But the feedback is really tremendous, and we're very happy with the comments that our students are able to provide, because they know what it was like to be looking at the program in the beginning and not sure. So they are very eager to share their experiences. While we're looking at that, I did want to give you a little bit of off the record inside information. We're going to get to it at the last slide, that the tuition for this class program currently is $11.95, and tuition is changing in January. So it will be going up by $100 to $200. They haven't locked down the exact pricing yet, and we're in the process of, notifying all of our partner schools. But for you as students, and we know our nurses tend to look a little further ahead, I want you to know that the tuition, the course fee, will be changing January 1. So I would recommend that you either join our online session for August, that's literally right around the corner, August 19th, or the October session, or go ahead and do the self-paced self-study course, wherein you can control your own personal schedule. All right, let's go on to the next slide. So as a LNC, one of the most popular questions we hear all the time is, do I have to be an RN? No, you do not. Now, we do have this course. Let's go ahead to the next slide, and then we'll come back to this one. Sorry about that. The one with the AALNC. That one, thank you so much. I got an awesome team in the background to support me as I share this information with you. The reason that it is important to be in the benefit of being an RN in taking this course is we have the curriculum approved by the American Association of Legal Nurse Consultants. And that will be on the certificate you earn, etc. We have that so that we can provide 42 hours of CEUs, continuing education units, for nurses. The CEUs are only awarded if you are an RN and you have a current license. So you can't have an expired license. It does need to be current to yield those 42 hours of nursing continuing professional development credit. Now we're going to go back to the other slide where we're talking about the learning outcomes. And so although you don't have to be an RN, any type of nurse can take this course, and it does absolutely provide value for you. LNCs tend to work as expert witnesses in trials and for insurance claims, for other things. The role is really expanding. It's an excellent addition to your resume if you're moving into any kind of administration. The world has become an incredibly litigious atmosphere. So having that legal knowledge to combine with your medical expertise is a win. We do recommend that you have at least 6 years experience, 6+. Does that mean that you have to provide us anything to prove that? No, it's a recommendation. Does that mean every single person fits into that recommendation? No, it doesn't. People are unique. People have extenuating circumstances. There are differences. What I want to leave you with on that topic is having a basis of knowledge, getting your feet wet, and being able to really utilize this in a more professional way. You do need to have experience as a nurse first. Someone coming out of nursing school yesterday, this is not the program for you. Spend your formative years doing the job, gaining more experience, and then come back for this. This course tends to be filled by retiring nurses who want to earn extra money as expert witnesses on the side throughout their retirement, for people moving up in the ranks in a supervisory or administrative role, people that are done working on the floor and they don't want to change bedpans, they don't want to be rolling people over anymore. Maybe they have a physical limitation and they're looking for more office work. They want to move from a healthcare setting into a more of an office insurance setting. There's lots of different ways to utilize the skill set, but having that knowledge base is important. Now, we also have a course here for medical professional legal consultant, and we do separate our LNCs from our MPLCs. The legal nurse consultant role has been around for a long time. Our course has been around for a long time. It's been very successful, and our attendance has been wonderful over the years, 30+ for this particular program. So successful, in fact, that we honestly believed we were leaving a lot of people out that may not have been nurses. So about almost a decade ago, we created a course for all other medical professionals, physicians, physician assistants, pharmacists, paramedics, dentists, optometrists, podiatrist, chiropractor, paramedic, you name it. All these folks that they absolutely are working in a medical field, they're just not necessarily a nurse. So they are still subject to malpractice suits. They need to know how to navigate the legal system. This course is custom tailored with the same core objectives for legal nurse, but it's not specific to nursing. It's for all the others. So if you're a nurse, you belong in an LNC course. If you are any other type of medical professional, then you should look at the MPLC. It's great to have the expertise as a consultant if you own your own practice. I mean, that's huge, to be able to save on some legal costs and just be able to navigate that system to protect yourself and your patients. Next. In this course, as I was saying, they do cover similar topics, but they're customized. So a full syllabus for each one is available on our website. Get to with the same syllabus menu that I mentioned earlier. And no matter which one of these you take, you should take the one that's a fit for you. It's going to increase your practical and applicable knowledge, hands down. And you'll be able to, like any other course here at CLS, upon completion, you're going to be capable of demonstrating those skills. Because these programs are not about memorizing things to pass a test. It truly is about developing skills that you can use in your career, in your real job, and walk out the door with them. So once you have them, you own them. They belong to you now, and you use them wherever you want to. As far as what they're talking about in the course and what you'll be learning about the profession itself, ethics is a component of everything we do here. Defense mechanism, medical, job skills, case analysis, and on. You do not have to renew your certificate every 2 years. That is not necessary. Once you earn it, it is yours. For the CEUs for nurses, that is something that is required to be renewed. You don't have to get it through here, but you need CEUs every couple of years. And then for MPLCs, for physician assistants in particular, we do have some CMEs available, continuing medical education units for PAs. And that's through the AAPA Association, American Association of Physician Assistants. And that you can see on the syllabus on our website as well. I don't know that we really need a recap there. We've already talked about that. The fact that to get those CEUs, you need to be an RN. Otherwise, if you're not looking for CEUs, the skills can carry you no matter what type of nurse you are. Where can you work? Law firms, as an expert witness, as someone to advise the legal staff on the medical issues, the standard of care that's given. A lot of current lawsuits have medical components to them. Someone as an expert needs to speak to those because the lawyer's not going to they're not going to know the answers without someone who actually works in the field. Healthcare industry, insurance companies, state, county government agencies, forensics. There are opportunities all over the place, and the earning potential is pretty awesome. If you're working for an insurance company, you can make almost $40 an hour, or an administrative capacity up to $80K a year. And those are kind of entry to median jobs. The expert witnesses can make anywhere from, a couple $100 up to over $1,000 an hour, working on a very short-term contract job as an expert witness for a trial. So once you earn the certificate, what you choose to do with the skills is entirely up to you. How do you enroll? If you haven't already enrolled, if you haven't already been to our website, I can tell you that CLS is an educational partners with more than 150 accredited college and university partners throughout the US. What you see on this slide is just a sample of some of our partner schools. We do recommend to all students that if we have a partner school near you, that's the logical choice that you should choose. That's who's going to issue your certificate. If you're going to continue working and living where you are, then that's recognizable to your either current or prospective employer. Pardon me. On our website, when you click find a course from the homepage, you can put in the course title, legal nurse consultant, put in the state you have, and it will bring up straight away the schools in your state that offer this particular program. We are currently in every state in the country, with exception of about 4. If you happen to reside in one of those 4, not to worry, doesn't mean you can't take the program. Of course you can. Just pick the neighboring state. It's all good. Next. Course fee for this program is currently $1,195. Remember, I said in January that price is changing. So if you intend to enroll in this program and join us, we want to have you join us sooner rather than later before the fee changes for 2025. There is one required textbook for this course, Legal Nurse Consulting Principles and Practices. We are currently using the 4th edition that is in stock in our bookstore. We can drop ship it straight to your doorstep with a nominal, shipping and handling fee. And we ship UPS ground. So if you're planning to start the course straight away, make sure you allow time for your book to get there. You don't want to start the course without your book. You could, but it's not ideal. You want to have that book ideally before you start the course. The Orange Dictionary of the Law is a recommended book. We do sell that one. If you have a different law dictionary, that's fine. You don't need to buy another one. But if you don't have one, or you're going to take this, or you're going to dive anything into legal, it's wise to have that on your shelf. This course, in addition to any other legal course we teach, it's got a ton of new vocabulary. Just like when you started to do your nursing training in the beginning, so much new vocabulary. Having that book at your fingertips is really an asset. And because you can access this course anywhere 24/7 while you're enrolled, as long as you have internet, you could even do it from your smartphone. You could be, having your book in one hand, do a test or a quiz, something else. Get outside, get away from tech for a little bit. Grab your reading assignments off the portal, know what you're supposed to do. Go outside, sit in a park and, read a few chapters. Have your dictionary there to look it up and reduce some screen time. Relax while you're studying. For the medical professional legal consultant training course, MPLC, current tuition for that is $12.95. That is also on the 2025 raise list. So if you're planning to join that one, do so this year. Save yourself a few dollars. Regarding payment options, we do utilize both Affirm and PayPal. Affirm is a very common vendor for big box stores, things like Wayfair and others. It's available at our checkout screen. Simply click the Affirm logo. It will swap you out really fast from the shopping cart over to a secure form that you can fill out literally in less than a minute. Whip that out. It's going to send off to Affirm. They will come back within a minute or two, very, very quickly, and let you know if you're approved. They do accept a very wide range of credit. And it's no credit ding. So it's not going to cost you a credit check. When they come back, if you're approved, it's going to literally break down whatever you had in your cart. So the tuition, the course fee, the textbook, Westlaw, if you want it, you don't really need it for this course. It's an optional thing. And then the dictionary, which optional thing. But whatever you put in your cart, it'll take all that and break it down into a payment plan. And they'll give you multiple scenarios. So it could be anywhere from 18 months to 3 months, anything in between. They'll line them all up for you. They'll tell you exactly what the payment per month would be. And you can choose at that time. Do you want to accept a payment plan, or you just want to check out with your own credit card and control your own repayment? It's up to you. There's no ding on your credit score either way. You can do that. You can also do PayPal. We accept PayPal credit and pay in 4 plans. And obviously you can do a credit card. When you register, you would also select the partner school that you want your certificate to come from upon completion. And then we'll just ship out your books. We'll send you access emails for when your course begins, whether it's a self-study program and you're getting access straight away, or you're going to be getting your access on the next standard online date, which currently is August 19th. Next. If you have additional questions, you can certainly call us directly. Our enrollment counselors are available from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, excluding national major holidays. You can send any questions you may have to our email address, info, that's INFO, @legalstudies.com, or you can visit our website, www.legalstudies.com. The online sessions start every 8 weeks. There are 6 per year. Each one is 7 weeks, and every course we offer is available every term. Self-study starts any day you want it to. We would love to have you join us in class. I think we may have a few extra minutes. Let's double check back with Deja and see if there's any questions that we might have missed we need to answer live.
All right, it looks like we have just 2 questions that were not already answered. I mean, I think we did cover this during the presentation, but just as a recap, do you have to be an LPN, or can you just be an LPN
You
to take?
can.
Okay,
You
perfect.
just would not get the CEUs, but you don't need them as an LPN. So, yep, you
All
absolutely can.
right. And just one last question. How could I combine my paralegal studies with this certificate to do freelance paralegal work?
Nurses do it all the time. So we have people that take the paralegal course and then they may have had some past nursing experience, or they want to go into nursing and work as a paralegal for a while and then do that. But more frequently, it happens in the opposite direction, where we have veteran nurses that have been in the field for years and years. They take the LNC course and they literally catch a legal bug. And they are so energized by what they're learning about the legal system, and they want to continue that. And they want to open up their own business, work freelance, be independent as a consultant. And during the 7th week of the class, the instructor will actually discuss how to do that work, how to get yourself out there and market yourself and set up your own. So it's part of the curriculum. But because they've gotten started in the legal piece of it to combine with their medical, and they're hungry, they want more legal training to make themselves even more valuable in their own private business, so they come back and pick up a paralegal certificate, and we're here to provide you that training as well. So it's not all of our LNC students that do that, but a notable amount that do.
All right. Well, I don't see any other questions in the Q&A. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this webinar wrapped up early today. I do want to thank you, Stephanie, and thank everyone else for attending today. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Our enrollment counselors are always ready to assist you. We will be sending out a recording of this webinar, so keep an eye on your inbox by the end of the week if you'd like to watch it again. Our next traditional online course session starts on Monday, August 19th. However, you can enroll in the course today and complete it at your own place with the own pace with our self-study format. Thank you once again, and special thanks to Stephanie for her invaluable insights today. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to see you in class. Have a great day.